Welcome everybody to the show. It's wow once again. It's like wow. And we made it through the holidays, and we're going to be talking a lot about the holidays and what comes in January, and that's the tax season. So we've got Carla Bond from WOW in here with us, and KUHS Radio and TV always brings this show, and I know everybody's now starting to grab hold of it because they're asking questions about where is this site, what it's about, accounting, and then we're going to be sharing some of the other side of the business too up online as we get going. But it's tax season, and we're going to talk about it with Carla, and I set it up so you can actually text us any questions that you want.
Yeah, so we're using a new approach, the passive one.
I know.
You don't have to call. You can just text.
Yeah, and there's the text number right behind us, 720-386-0513. So you can text us any question about taxes or where you can get it done. Carla can help you do a lot of cool things. And so she's going to be on here right now talking about stuff. And we kind of went over our itinerary for the day. And sometimes about using certain musics within your business. We talked about tax season, picking the right professional, knowing how, what, who, where, and when. Now, Carla's been at it quite some time, so she knows what it's all about. She's been through lots of changes in her life, and that's just that alone is it's real life experiences. She's going to help you with that. Carla, take it away and talk a little bit about what's going on here.
Okay, so we're going to cover a couple of different things, as Henry said. We're going to talk a little bit about the holidays and the transition to tax season. Yay, my favorite time of year next to the holidays is tax season. But we're also going to be talking about how things impact you. So we had a little sidebar conversation about music and words and what you listen to and how that affects you. And part of that goes into choosing the right professional. But first things first, Happy New Year and happy holidays to everybody out there who's a great listener at KUHS. So thank you so much for tuning in to WOW, Words of Wisdom. So wowforsmallbusinesses.com. Ta-da! Yes.
And be inspired.
And be inspired. So let me tell you real quick about what WOW is, so you have a full understanding of that, and a little bit about who I am, so you know why we're talking about tax season. So WOW is Words of Wisdom for Small Businesses, and that is a motivational and inspirational website that doesn't just say, get up out of bed and you can do it. Yeah, we hear enough of that, okay? But how do you get up out of bed, and how do you do it another day when
you do it like
soul?
cereal?
Like cereal?
Like Rice Krispies. When you get out of bed?
Snap, crackle, pop. And for those of us who are over the whopping age of 50, we know exactly what that's about. You young people listening, you have no clue. Okay, but that's okay. Live long enough, you'll understand that joke. Snap, crackle, pop. I've heard that in a long time.
Yeah, it's an old school one, but I heard it today again, so I thought I'd share it right now with us.
Awesome. So anyway, so here we are, beginning of the year, and hopefully 2021, as they say, you will have brushed under the rug and let it go, because here it is at 2022.
Can you believe we made it this far? 2022.
Okay. He doesn't realize it's only the 8th of January.
He doesn't realize.
What do you mean we made it so far? It's 2022. We haven't even got a full 10 days into this year. But as the season changes, and as we get out of the holiday season and out of the New Year's spirit, well, hopefully not too much out of that spirit, we start turning our heads to the year ahead, right?
That's right. And the year ahead is coming up real quick. Like you say, it was just the 1st of January, New Year's Day. All of a sudden it's the 3rd. Now what are we now? We're on the 8th.
On the 8th. So a lot of people are starting to phone in. I have another business. It is called Business and Financial Management Services. You can find us on Yelp. You can find us on SEO. Find us on Bing, Google, or BFMS Inc. Business and Financial Management Services. So all that experience, 20 years being into accounting, bookkeeping, taxes, QuickBooks certified, all that good stuff, had led me to creating WOW. So, sometimes you're doing one thing and it's like, hey, this makes me think a little bit more. So part of my thinking a little bit more is how WOW came about during, like, on the cusp of COVID. Okay, had a little extra time, things changed, right? So that's a good thing about being in business, is that sometimes you can take that idle time or that slow time and morph it into some of those other goals that need to be expressed, things that you need to do. So my other business is accounting. We help high net worth individuals. We definitely are all about the small business owners, corporate returns, partnership returns, things like that. So we could do that for you. So if you have any questions today is going to be questions on taxes. All right. I am an enrolled agent with the IRS, have my PTIN and my CAF number and all that good stuff that you're like, huh? And I should be getting my ERO number for those of you who know what that is as well.
That's so cute.
Anyway, so we invite you to text in just tax questions today. So as a small business owner, and wow, for smallbusinesses.com, you go in and you're like, okay, I'm going to choose this webinar. Hey, that really resonates with me because I'm so disorganized in my business, okay? My back office is a mess. I need help, okay? We all do it sometime. All right, and that's what WOW is about. It's about the startup businesses. It's about those that are in the growth phase, and as they have challenges. One of the biggest challenges I see with small business owners is simply not taking care of that back office very well. And you sit there and you say, why?
And you think to yourself, how come I can't get this done? I'll do it tomorrow. Well, I've got a couple of days off next week. I'll take care of it next week. You know what I mean?
Or you'll be like this lady who I talked to this week, wonderful woman and just very open. And she says, you know, I just started this business and it's making good money and I have no clue what to do about the finances and the taxes, and I have a product, so it's sales tax too, and she's just going on and on and on. And I mean, she didn't cry on the phone. Thank you. But just the stress in her voice.
You could tell.
Yeah. Because it was like way up there. And, you know, I was trying to talk her off the ledge, and I was like, you know what? Well, yeah, that's what we say when people are emotionally strung out. You're on a ledge.
Yeah.
Okay? We want to get you down from there safely. Don't commit harikari. Okay? And I was like, that's okay. What you do is great. What you don't do is my greatness.
Right.
Okay? You don't do your back office very well. She was like, I have employees, and she was just going on and on. It was like, and I was like, I can help you with that. It's okay. And I was like, how'd you find us? She said, oh, I just searched on the internet and your name came up. I was like, great, because this year we should be on about 25 different business directories. So go out there and search for BFMS Inc. or Business and Financial Management Services. Will pop up Greenwood Village, Colorado. Okay, but we also have clients that are in Florida, California, Washington, Maryland, and Michigan, and it goes on and on. So you don't always have to be here to get service. But anyway, I digress. The whole point is this. What is it that you know that you're really, really good at as an entrepreneur? That's what you should be doing. That's where your passion should be, making you feel alive, making your new year every day a new year, making you want to get up and get out and go do it, okay? Now, WOW for Small Businesses does talk about that. It talks about your passion, okay? But it also talks about, what about that stuff that you just suck at, okay? I don't know how else to say it, right? We're all bad at something. And I will tell anyone in a minute, guess what my bad part is? Believe it or not, IT. So Henry always talks about this beautiful website. It's like, I don't know how you did it. And I was like, because all I had to do was do the camera stuff. And I hired an IT person because when I tried to do it on my own, it was painful. Absolutely. It was like someone wanted to beat me with a stick and they were succeeding. So don't do those things that you don't love to do or that is a huge learning curve that will take you away from the real passion of what your business is about. WOW for smallbusinesses.com helps keep you on track. with 30-minute webinars that are designed with you in mind for whether you just need a little uplifting or you need a little direction or a little guidance. Every single webinar comes with way more than just inspiration and motivational speaking to say, hey, get up out of bed, go do this again. It's also going to tell you how to get out of bed and how to do that again. There's one of these webinars that I say, wake up every morning, especially on the days where it's like the day before beat you up with a rubber hose, and you wake up and you're like, oh, it's another day. That's the morning where you say very loudly, really resounding, I don't care if you can't get out of bed at all. You're going to sit there and you're going to say, I am a success. I am a success. I am a success. That's what we want to hear every day.
And it works.
It does.
You know, I always say it's calling out to the universe. What you want to have happen can happen. If you keep saying it, it will come to you. And I always believed in that.
Great.
You know, like I woke up in the morning, I said, there's got to be some good hot breakfast down there for me. It's got to be, come on, got to be. I go out there, I see a rabbit running back and forth in the backyard. I said, okay, rabbit. But it's true, you know, you go out and you think these things. Bring it into you, you know, bring it to yourself. Say, I'm going to be a success. I'm going to do this. And you get the willpower and the fun out of it. You feel good. You say, hey, I accomplished something. Hey, yeah, it did work.
Absolutely.
To me, it's real, and to you, it's real. I mean, I say we're from the old school of how to reach out and bring to you. Words mean a lot. Words like 2 or 3 words like I love you carries so well, as opposed to this canned one that a lot of people use, love ya.
It just truncated a little bit.
Yes.
Our mouths are so lazy, we can't get everything
Yes,
out.
but I don't believe in that one. I says, don't send me that Vienna sausage kind of love you.
Vienna sausage.
I want the good stuff. No, really.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
opposed to somebody says, I love you. Whoa, whoops. Oh, well, you do. Really,
So
tell me if that's not
that
true.
is very true. That
Those
is very
words,
true.
I'm going to be successful, as opposed to, I'll do it.
And there's a webinar actually on here. I think it's called Words Have Power or something like that. It talks about the power of the spoken word. So what you're telling yourself and what you're telling others is hugely important. You should be, what I always tell my little swim students, purposeful. Purposeful. And it needs to be purposeful for the sake of you, because you're listening to you every single day. Okay? So, you know, we were touching a little bit on the, you know, what you're good at, what you hate, okay? Don't do the things that you hate. Just suck up those extra dollars and spend it on a professional. It'll relieve you as far as stress. It'll relieve that sense of pressure that you put on yourself of, I got to know it all. I got to wear all the different hats and all like that. But in that process, like right now, we want to touch a little bit on tax season. We'll talk about the professionals that you surround yourself with as a business owner. They're huge. Wouldn't you agree?
Now, I'm glad you're touching on this because we talked about it earlier. Getting the right professional. You could talk about your tax service real quick. Inject it.
Yep. Business and Financial Management Services, or BFMS Inc. in Greenwood Village.
And how they get a hold of you. What's the telephone number?
720. Now, this is the quickest number you will ever, the best number you'll ever remember. I have had this number for 20 years. 720. Okay, we know that, right? 329 2999. 720 329 2999.
It's too easy. If you can't remember that, you shouldn't be in business.
Okay, I'm telling you, there's only, actually out of all those numbers, there's only one that doesn't fit, which is the 3,
Oh, the three?
the 3 part, yeah. It's 2329 2999. 9. Bunch of nines.
And we talked about this, knowing the right professional to get to do your taxation, because if you select the wrong one, we talked about this, you know, there's, hey, my cousin's uncle's brother's other's lover's mother's son's former roommate will do it for you. He's done a couple. Be really careful of that. Because they'll be drunk and then you'll be getting $3 million back on your taxes.
Yeah, you'll like that. And that's absolutely right. So I know we always want to patronize and support our family and friends of families and stuff like that. But if they're not a qualified professional, if you have a complex complex situation especially, you want to take it to someone who is more familiar with dealing with your situation. So be very, very careful about whether you're talking about your taxes or you're talking about the IT work, beautiful IT work, that is needed. You have to really make that decision to say, hey, I can no longer do this myself.
That's right.
Or I can no longer let my little baby sister do it, or whatever.
She's like 9 years old, but she's really proficient,
She's
right?
real good on the computer. Okay. And I talk to people all the time that sit there and say, well, I mean, I talked to a gentleman the other day, and he was like, I normally can handle this myself, but I'm not sure if this happened or that happened or whatever. All I know is IRS doesn't seem to have gotten my 2020 taxes. And now I'm worried. I'm sweating it, And I'm like, what can I? And he was like, what do? I don't know what to do. If you just want to call me for a free consultation, I give free consultations all the time. 30 minutes, no charge. You can talk about your taxes. You can talk about business. You can talk about your dog. I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm here to listen.
That's right, and get it done. And taxation is you may want to start right away. A lot of people wait and they go all the way till April 15th, and I think sometime during the pandemic they extended it a little bit.
Last year they extended it to May 15th.
Yeah.
And of course, still people
wait.
waited.
It's like May 14th at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Carla, can you help us?
I got an emergency.
I'm like in bed. But I know, but I've got an emergency.
Yeah, don't do that to yourself.
No,
either.
it's like, what are you thinking?
Why are you doing it to yourself? Like my mother used to say every year, because my sister used to do this. Christmas Eve, she'd go Christmas shopping.
Oh, wow.
And my mother used to say every year, you know what? It's amazing. Your sister didn't realize that Christmas was coming.
Yeah, and you can't deduct certain things. Remember, there's so much hilarious jokes about what you can deduct on taxes. And I'm sure as a tax lady, you've heard them all. No, you can't deduct that. Why?
And the indignity of it all.
The indignity.
No, you must not know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's like, it's in any business. Sometimes you're a professional at what you do, and you've been doing it a long time. And they'll look at you like, you can do that. No, I can't. They tell you this all the time. Why can't I deduct this?
Exactly.
You can't deduct the next door neighbor's children. I'm sorry. But I take care of them all the time. Well, because they're over here just playing with your kids. Well, can't I deduct them?
Yeah, they cost me money and time.
Yeah.
Food.
Yeah, there's all these stories that they come up with.
That's very true. That's very true. The nice thing is that being a certified tax preparer, enrolled agent with IRS, and all that other good stuff, we make it a point for not just myself, but my assistants as well, to stay up on the current tax laws so that you know what's going on. Now, the last of the tax law changes phased in into this one to hold our breath a little bit that there won't be any changes till 2025. So last phasing did come into 2020. So anyway, so I encourage you as an entrepreneur to engage the professionals that are going to make you successful. So that's part of what Wow for Small Business is about. Like just the whole, failure leads to success. Find money with focus. Those kind are really important because, again, we're not just saying, hey, rah, get up, give it the old college, try again tomorrow. No, I'm saying this is how it's going to take note. Get a pencil and paper, or just listen to this more than once and take note. These are the steps that are being suggested to help improve your level of success. Whether that's the back office, learning how to choose the right professional for you, learn how to grow your business. You want to have 2020 to be a most awesome year. Don't we all want that?
That's right. And, Carla, I want to touch on this. And, I'm sure you've got some answers. And, all these people who lost their homes in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
They lost a lot of their paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
They lost a lot of things. How are they supposed to, it's coming from a professional,
mm-hmm.
fill out their taxation?
That is very, very good. So there is provisions tax-wise for losses. So it's considered what's called a casualty loss. So under casualty loss, under the tax codes, basically the only thing you need to do to signify that it is a tax deduction. And I'm saying this early because, there is, now listen carefully.
And this is critical. Now you want to listen to this because that
Yeah.
question has come up. I've seen it. And
Mhm.
you've got the answer. I says, I'll ask her.
Yeah.
And here, now listen up very carefully.
File a police report.
Even though under a fire.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, because you have a loss.
Yes.
Okay, and it's fire, theft, vandalism that can be reported